Yo, what is up you guys? Welcome back to another scrap mechanic survival video. Today is going to be another quick tutorial that I actually have been wanting to make for a while, and it's going to be on the bearing car. So this little contraption I have here is actually a bearing powered car. I'm not sure if you guys have seen my tutorial on my piston powered car, but if you have, of course it's a little bit more expensive than something like this. Now if you're doing something like this in survival mode, it's actually extremely cheap. In this case, all you need is a bunch of bearings, maybe suspension, and some tires, and that's about it. And of course, you can't forget your controller. Before I start this tutorial, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm on my way to 500 subscribers, and it'd be awesome if you guys could help me get there. And of course, if you guys haven't seen my latest videos, I actually have a Discord now. I'll have a link down in the description. It's pretty cool. I have a few people in there. We talk, we chat about different stuff, and it's basically a cool place where I could talk to you guys and get some feedback and stuff like that. But we might as well get on with the very cheap and simple tutorial for this bearing car. Now, this is actually just the simplest version of a bearing car that you can make, but there is a bunch of different ways you could build it and a bunch of different ways you can make it faster. Of course, you could add another set of wheels here on the back. You can make the front of this a straight axle and connect it to one steering point. There's a bunch of different ways you could do it, but I'm going to be showing you this way. So of course, you're going to go ahead and place down your lift here. I'm going to use these blocks. It doesn't matter what you use, but you make a little base here, make it as big as you want, and place a seat. Now of course, make it face the front of your car. But once you have your seat down, all you have to do is go a few blocks up just like that. Once you're up here, just go a few blocks back, maybe only a few, and then you're going to place down some suspension. I like to use the sport suspension because it's not too tall. So all you have to do is place down two. Of course, you could only use one if you really want to make it cheap. Then you're going to lift it up here, connect it up to these T-tubes, and make sure these are welded together, because this is going to be the straight axle that the wheels are going to be connected to, and you want a bunch of bearings on these, and if they're not welded, it's going to be all over the place. So the next thing you're going to do is set up all of the bearings. So you place them both on this side just like that, and then place little straight pipes just like that, and then place them on the ends here. Now of course you could go as long as you want, but I'm going to go only about 5 or so blocks out. Alrighty, and once you get all of your bearings set up, just connect some wheels at the ends. Of course, put bearings here too, because it's the more bearings you have, basically the faster your car is going to be. So we might as well hop over to the front and make the steering system while we're at it. Of course, you could do the steering however you want. Like I said, you connect it up to a straight axle, use bearings and make it 4-wheel drive, or you could just leave it like this and make it 2-wheel drive. Alright, so now the big part about the bearing car, you're going to need a controller. You might want to have this leveled up all of the way because you're going to need to connect it to a bunch of bearings. Of course, if you're at the start of the game, you might be able to do it with a few bearings, but the more the bearings, the better. So now once you got your controller down, you just have to connect the purple dot to these and make sure you get every single one. I like to do them in a little diagonal version like this, and there you have them all set up. And now you're going to make sure that all of the arrows point in the same way. So let's say make the blue point towards the back of the car on every single one, and then these are going to be inverted, so the blue is going to have to point towards the front of the car. So you're all good here. Just make sure all the bearings are facing the same way. Once you got the controller set up, all you have to do is connect it to the seat. But once you're done with that, of course, don't forget to connect your seat up to your steering, otherwise it's not going to work, of course. So now, once you got your steering all connected up, all you have to do is set up the controller. So now you got them all connected to the bearings, all you have to do is go inside of the controller and set every single one to 360. And set all of them to 360. Make sure it's the second one here, the second row. Make all of these 360. Make it the fastest that you can, and then just click loop and you're all done. So if you have that connected up to your seat here, all you have to do is press W and your car will actually go. Same thing, if you press S, your car will go backwards. So there's not really much setting up to it. So it's pretty awesome. So now you got your bearing car all set up. So of course, like I said before, you could kind of make this into a faster car, of course, but this is just for a starting car. So if you want to get a car set up and going that doesn't use any fuel at all and is actually pretty quick, of course this kind of car is going to have a crazy amount of torque as well. Nothing insane like a piston powered engine, but this should be pretty good as well. Of course, you could always watch my video on how to get more gasoline if you're really worried about using too much gasoline. But that's basically it to the car. Of course, you might want to mess around with your suspension. I like to soften it in the back because in that case, when you actually move forward, the wheels will get more grip. So you might just have to play around with it a little bit, get it like how you like. But if this tutorial helped you out, if you enjoy my content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Like I said before, I'm on my way to 500 subscribers, and it'd be awesome if you guys could join the party. And also, like I said before, I do have a description, so check it out and join my Discord. But I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all next time.